The Chapel of the Holy Shroud, in Italian it called Cappella della Sacra Sindone, is a Baroque-style Roman Catholic chapel in Turin in northern Italy, constructed to house the Shroud of Turin, a religious relic believed to be the burial shroud of Jesus of Nazareth. It is located adjacent the Turin Cathedral and connected to the Royal Palace of Turin. The chapel was designed by architect, priest and mathematician Guarino Guarini and built at the end of the 17th century from 1668 to 1694, during the reign of Charles Emmanuel II, Duke of Savoy, and is considered one of the masterpieces of Baroque architecture. Heavily damaged in a fire in 1997, a fire caused extensive damage to the Chapel of the Holy Shroud of Turin. The 17th century chapel, constructed to house the religious relic of the shroud, which is believed by some to be the cloth in which Jesus of Nazareth was buried, is the masterpiece of architect Guarino Guarini. The chapel had been closed 7 years previously when a piece of marble from the cornice had fallen, presenting a danger to the public. It underwent a complex 21-year restoration project, and reopened in 2018. The chapel has an intricate and self-supporting wooden and marble dome. These events marked the beginning of a long and challenging structural and architectural restoration, made even more complex due to the fact that the supporting structure of the chapel had never been fully investigated and interpreted. The restoration was funded by the Ministero per I Beni e le Attività Culturali with the support of the Compagnia di San Paolo, Fondazione La Stampa, Specchio dei Tempi, the Consulta per la Valorizzazione dei Beni Artistici e Culturali di Torino, Iron Spa, and Performance in Lighting.
The extent of the damage was enormous. The thermal shock, caused by the heat of the flames and the extinguishing water, had caused deep fracturing in the marble blocks forming the inner shell of the building. The structure was in danger of complete collapse. Many of the marble columns had exploded and decorative features were extensively damaged. Over 80% of the marble surface of the chapel needed repair. Ultimately, 1,400 badly damaged elements were completely replaced and the remaining 4,050 were consolidated. The quarry at Frabosa in Piedmont, from which the black and gray marble was originally extracted, was reopened for this purpose. The damaged fragments have been incorporated and then patinated so that they blend in with the new marble. The extraordinarily complex architecture of the chapel now stands once again without support, relying only on its original engineering by Guarini. Over the many years, the tension from the 16th century sewing had made increasingly deep folds in the cloth, while organic residues were risk factors for its preservation, and so restoration was undertaken in 2002. The flaps of burnt cloth in the patches by the nuns were removed and, at the same time, studies and investigations were carried out using specially made instruments. Today the shroud is kept lying flat and horizontal in a sealed display case, with the internal air replaced by inert gas, made by Linea Spazio and Microtecnica applying the latest technologies from the aerospace sector, while the upper surface is made up of a multi-layer safety glass. The display case is, in turn, protected in a sarcophagus of several layers able to ensure considerable mechanical strength and good protection from fire.